So what's up, Flip Factor family? It's Michael Green with the Flip Factor podcast, the #1 podcast dedicated to teaching you how to flip 1 to 2 houses each month to live the life you want. Today, we're talking about how to land MLS deals in a hot market with Sabrina Franco. Welcome, Sabrina.
Thank you. Hi, Mike. Thanks for
Hi.
having me.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you on. Sabrina's got some great stuff that she's going to share with us today. How she found a deal in a super hot market of PG County, which is right outside of DC. So that market's about as hot as any in the country. And she's going to give us some really good stuff. We have a couple quick announcements, and then we're going to jump right into the content and some of the great value. We'll keep it super quick, like always. First announcement is we have a group for everyone who's listening to the podcast who wants to learn more. That group is the Flip Factor 10X Real Estate Group. So it's Real Estate Flip Factor 10X Facebook group. So just come out to that. It's just really great stuff. We have an awesome community of house flippers who are flipping houses to fund the life they want to live. There's also a lot of informational videos. We're doing a 30-day challenge, just really great group of people. Sabrina's in that group, many other awesome people like her, and everyone's helping each other just to kind of, in a big way. And the best part is it's completely free. Doesn't cost any money. Just a great community. So I want to give that to everyone. Also, if you haven't heard, we coach people. So if you want to learn how to flip 1 to 2 houses a month, feel free to reach out to me on social media and ask us about coaching or doing like a free strategy session. We're always open to helping. We really come from a good place. We want to make sure people are getting amazing results. So let's jump right in with Sabrina. She's got some great stuff she wants to share with you today. Sabrina, welcome again. And let's start with telling everybody a little bit about your journey and how you got here.
So we are from LA. My husband and I, Carlos, Franco, and myself, we started investing when we were back in Los Angeles. What started everything is that I didn't want to go back to my 8 to 6 hour job after having Sophia, our baby. So she's our main why, just looking for that way for me to stay with her, to see her first steps, to hear her talk, to do everything, to be a full-time mom. That was the reason why we got into real estate investing. We started investing when we were back in LA. So the first thing I'm going to say is, for us, investing out of the state, it just didn't work. I mean, we had a rough time with contractors. We had a lot of bumps on the road that first year. It's been great. I mean, we've had a lot of lessons. Those losses probably taught us more about real estate than any other win. I mean, there's so many things that we wouldn't do again. Then we realized that it wasn't working here in Virginia, in the DMV area. My brothers live here. They know about construction. So I kind of suggested to Carlos, hey, why don't we just get up and go and give it everything we have and let's just do it. So grateful that he's 100% with me and he's my backbone. That's the way I call him. We're doing it. We're making it happen. Thank God. It seems that the bumps, at least those bumps, the first year, it's already gone. So everything is going smoothly now. We have our private investors. We are grateful to so many people like yourself for how our business it's going now.
And Sabrina and I met at a motivational seminar.
Like
David
LA.
In LA.
I think San Diego, yeah.
San Diego, yeah, exactly. And it was a lot of fun. And I told her I was a house flipping coach, and next thing you know, we hooked up, and she ended up being in the mastermind, and we spent some time together learning, and she's been able to do amazing stuff with everything that we were able to work with her and show her, and she's learned a lot of cool stuff herself. She's actually going to talk to you about one of the techniques that we worked with her today to figure out, like, something we're using that's working really well. Because I'm also in the same market as Sabrina, and it's not easy. It's tough. So we have to learn how to master those tough areas. Well, tell us a little bit about, like, what do you think your biggest obstacle was in the last couple of years since you've been flipping houses in Maryland, DC area?
Well, I think I already said it, which was managing the construction, dealing with contractors. See, everybody's complaining about not finding the deal, not finding the money. I mean, there are 3 things, right? The money, the deals, and the construction. So for Carlos and I, it was tough finding the right people to work with. So once we master one of the systems that you actually taught us, which is the MLS, we have been able to control, if you want to call it that way, the construction. Carlos started the construction company, and now we manage everything in-house. We hire subcontractors here and there. We're able to finish 2 projects within 5 to 6 weeks. I think that part, it's already done. So now it's just about keeping building or looking for deals, putting ourselves in front of wholesalers, just building those great relationships that are just keep on bringing us business.
Yeah. And then a lot of people tell me that the MLS doesn't work anymore. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, no. It works. But let them keep on believing that.
That's what I say. So, I mean, I'm sorry, we're telling the whole world, but a lot of times I don't fight with people anymore. I used to be like, oh my God, it does work. Like, what do you mean it doesn't work? And then eventually it was like, why am I spending so much energy convincing others that it works? And then they just become my competition. Now, okay, so let's be clear though, there's a very specific system to make it work. Now, the MLS is tricky, it's competitive, just like anything else. And if you're doing it the old way, 100%, I agree, it does not work very well. If there are some new strategies that Sabrina and I have been using and been working really well for her, I found 17 deals last year. I literally just found 2 deals in the 30-day challenge. I found another deal on Sunday. Both came MLS. So I'm 2 deals in like 2 weeks on the MLS, and they're really good deals. I'm really excited about them. I'm happy to have them, and just more than excited. So, and I did it all myself, by the way. You know, I'm an acquisitions guy right now. So Mike Green's been out in the field, pounding the payment, doing the stuff that I haven't had to do for years. I've been managing people doing it and like senior reviewing over it, but I haven't actually, I'm doing like every single step right now, which is really great because I get the opportunity to take that system that was already pretty amazing and improve it even again. So that's why I haven't hired anyone else, because that's all, you know, I think every few years we have to take things and we have to refine it and make it better. So Sabrina, you know, 100% it's worked for you, right? You found some of your deals from the MLS.
Yes. This year, we have found 3 very solid deals in the MLS. It's about sending offers. It's about building the relationships with the realtors. It's about reaching out to people, really. I mean, this is a business that you cannot do it by yourself. You need a lot of people in your team to make the system work. Yeah, once we master the MLS, I can say that, yes, it does work. Pretty much anything that you put in the work to, it works. It's just you have to spend the time and make it happen. We have found pretty nice deals. So the only thing I can say, you have to go and do it and build a system. Because once you have a system, it's just going to keep on coming back to you.
And Sabrina, this wasn't always easy for you, right? I mean, you had a time when you were working the MLS and it wasn't working. And I remember we had a conversation and it was the one tip. And I was like, try this thing. And literally I felt like it was a week. I don't know if it was sooner or faster than that or longer than that, but it felt really quick that you came back and you're like, I did it and it worked.
Yes.
You mind sharing with everybody that one tip?
Yes. What happened is that I was putting in offers. I was reaching out to people. I was searching the properties on MLS. And then I remember I came to you. I'm like, Michael, I'm doing everything you're saying and it's not working. Like, what am I doing wrong? And you made it seem so simple. Just go back and check on the properties that you send offers to and see what happens. And yeah, within like 2-3 days, I got a property that it came back on the market. It seems that they couldn't close. And I resubmitted my offer and I got it. So yeah, it's just about being consistent, just being focused. And I love it. I mean, and you just reminded me that I have to go back and do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to be reminded on a regular basis to follow my own stuff because there's so much. It's really hard to remember every little detail. And that's why we build out a lot of worksheets and check sheets. These systems help us stay like at our best selves. And to be clear, what Sabrina did and this is something I've been doing a lot of lately. When you're in a highly competitive market, it makes a lot of sense to go back and look at properties that you lost that are under contract with other investors. Because what other investors are commonly doing is they're just signing things up for whatever price they need to, and then they're realizing after the fact that they didn't really get the right deal, right? And then they're like, now they're getting cold feet, they're second guessing, their contractors coming in and saying, oh, it's way more than you expected. You know, their teams telling them they made a bad decision, and often they don't follow through. Or they just thought they could get financing when so the people that are going to beat you out are the newbies. And the great part about that is a lot of newbies don't always get to the finish line. So what Sabrina did is she went back and asked the agent, like, hey, could we talk to you about this property, put an offer on? And I think I don't know if it was word for word, they were like, hey, this thing's falling apart. Yeah, absolutely, put a backup offer in. And she was able to get Sabrina's offer in before it even went back on the market. Yeah. And that's the secret, because if it went back on the market, there's a decent chance that Sabrina also would have got beaten again by some newbie or, another another one of the random people out there who would have just taken the deal and not understood. So it was all about timing. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. And just following through. Sometimes it's also about following that gut feeling. And it worked that time. I know that I'm going to try it again because it definitely works. Just to go back and check on those offers, even with wholesalers. Just go back and ask, hey, did that deal close?
Yeah, so we have another student, Sabina. I always get Sabrina. I actually always call Sabrina when I'm trying to.
Yes.
And she actually had a wholesaler deal where she followed up with this wholesaler for a really long time. And eventually they made a deal, and she just finished it. Actually, it's so settled tomorrow. She's already rehabbed it, finished it. And that deal never would have happened if she wasn't relentless and did just like you did, just followed up. And that's really the key. Is like, it's not about finding new stuff all the time. It's about making sure we've worked our old stuff properly, because sometimes we lose it, but until it's actually settled with someone else, it's still in the game. We still have a shot. So tell us, well, do you mind if I share the numbers on that deal and tell me? I think I know about what they were, not as far as like what you made and all that, but you bought it for like, was it 145 or?
It was 140. 140. That one specific deal, it was 140.
140. You put about 45K into it, roughly?
Something like that. Yes.
Okay, I'm close in that ballpark. And then we started for like 260. Is that right?
268, I believe.
268 minus a little bit of help, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, so maybe I think we netted around like 260, 258, something like that. So really, that is a very solid deal. I mean, that's a good spread. There's good numbers on that. And the whole thing didn't take all that long. And you guys renovated in like 2 months or something. And then we had a couple fun issues with selling it. That was just part of the game, though. Nothing to really be alarmed about. We had someone who was trying to get in the deal, out of the deal, and we were fighting them like no tomorrow because we were trying to make sure got the best out of it for Sabrina. I was actually the listing agent on the property, so it was kind of cool that she, thank you for that. I love, I always love to get to list some properties for people I work with and like and enjoy, and it was a lot of fun. So we had to battle with that person. The great news is that person fell out of contract, but then we got a higher offer to back up, which ended up being much better, and we're very excited. So headache, right? Stressful, like this can be sometimes, but
that's business. It's part of business. If you know how to manage your stress, you're good. It's part of life. I mean,
it really is. And I have to say, we just talked about this with a student earlier, and I'm like, there's plenty enough stress that comes with being a house flipper. It's our job to make sure we don't do anything that's going to add additional stress. You can do everything perfect, and there's going to be stress that comes with this business, but it's the stress that comes with like traveling in rush hour. There's going to be traffic. Don't complain.
The stress of living. What you do? I mean, people are working in an office and they're stressed. I used to work for a bank for so many years and I was stressed. So it's just, how do you handle the stress? Do something else that you love once you stop worrying of the stress. It's just how to handle life, I guess. It's business.
I feel like stress management, I think the people who handle the stress best are the people who make the most money. When I look at myself and compare myself to someone who's newer or someone who has not had success in the business, I realize that I deal really well with very highly stressful situations because I'm just like, hey, this is going to happen again probably next month and the following month. And so having a system for how I handle that makes my life a lot easier. And I have a little gray in my beard, but I don't think it's probably genetics, probably not, because I'm really generally not stressed out anymore.
You shouldn't even mention it because people don't even notice until you mention it.
I know. I ran out of just for men. That's why. Okay. So we always have a fun fact. I'm going to share one fun fact that we have. I think you'll find this interesting. And on our podcast, we always give one at the end. Delante found this one, and some come from our listeners, some come from us. In New York, and this is a really cool one, it's a legal requirement for a seller to disclose if a property's under inspection and believed to be haunted by ghosts. So if you think your house is haunted by ghosts, you actually have to disclose it when you sell the property.
I would like to know. I don't want to go in there.
Would you disclose it is the question. If you bought a flip
but I wouldn't buy it in the first place. No.
What if you found out after the fact? What do you do then?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, what you do, what you have to do. You do the right thing. If it's a law, what can you do? You have to.
I'm thinking I'm getting someone in. I don't know if you have to disclose it if you get like the advisor with the sage and burning and doing a seance. because I don't want to disclose that my house is haunted. First of all, we don't know that's actually factual, so I feel like there's a lot of holes in that. That's so funny. Anyhow, we wanted to share that fact. When Delonte told me about it, I was like, okay, that one's really good. I'm glad we don't live in New York, because I probably would be that guy who's not disclosing that I have haunted houses, because I don't even know, like, what is a haunted house? How do we even determine that?
I don't know. I don't even know if they exist either, but I don't want to know, and I don't want to find out.
Yeah, and imagine. So I've had houses with, well, people have died in, and you don't have to legally disclose that in Maryland, and I don't usually. I mean, obviously, we make sure they're not there anymore, and we're renovating a house, so there's some of the houses we buy are not in the greatest shape, and we're totally cool with it. We make them beautiful again. We set them up for a beautiful home.
Definitely. And that's the one thing I love about this business. It's that I'm a lover of beauty. So I love beautifying houses. It's just the pride you feel once you see the completed work, and the buyers actually coming in and loving your house and making offers within 5 hours on MLS. That it's a great feeling. I love what we do.
I do too. I really enjoy that part of it. And it's great to be able to get that final part. And I'll leave one last piece before we end this out. One last piece for me to share with you is that when you're in a highly competitive market like Sabrina's market, it is harder to find deals. However, on the back end, when she sells these deals in PG County, I know she's been experiencing this. I've been experiencing this. Houses sell very quickly, very easily. You often get over a full price. You're going to have to put a little more work to buy on the front end, but on the back end, you're saving a lot of work that you don't have to do. You're also creating some magic. So the key is just figuring out a system to be a little bit better than your average competitor. And that's what Sabrina did. She was able to figure out how to do a little more work than most people are willing to do. And that yielded her a deal. And it's yielded her many other deals from the MLS and wholesalers too, right? You said you love wholesalers. We'll do another episode on that. I love wholesalers also. Everyone's like, no, they all have bad deals. Some of their deals are bad for sure. And some of the deals on MLS are not great, but that don't mean they're all bad, right? Our job find them.
Yep. What I find is that the ones that I bring in me bad deals is the ones that don't know anything about construction. So they don't know how to estimate the construction, how much money it's going to take to fix that place. But I do have a lot of great wholesalers that I love, and I happily pay their assignment fee. Actually, we just put one under contract last week, and he's going to be making $17,000, which I'm happy to pay it because the deal is still going to make us a lot of money. He knew how to do his numbers whenever he made that offer. So he's very smart, and I'm closing on one today that it was a lady, a wholesaler, who brought it to me. Awesome. She's making $5,000. I enjoy paying them their money. I mean, it's worth it. They put in a lot of work to make them happen. I also love my wholesalers the same way I love MLS.
I have to tell you, Sabrina, I love your attitude around that. It's a very high level attitude. And yes, loving to pay people for work they do, me also. And I agree. And like all the most awesome people in this business take the same stance. I've had people where they're like, hey, if you're making 10K or more, don't call me because I won't pay 10K or more. And that's a very outdated way of thinking. And I have to tell you, I don't really care. What's the highest assignment fee you've ever paid? Is it the 17K or do you think it's been higher?
No, I paid $24K.
Okay. Well,
but
I would
still
say
we made about $40,000 on the deal, 40 something.
No, he did a great job. Not for everyone, right? And that's what the key is. You have to make money, perfect win-win. Until yesterday, or till like maybe a couple months, maybe like a month and a half ago, I bought one from another student in the mastermind, and he made $55,000 on it. And totally cool because the numbers, I bought it for 130. I'm putting about 80 into it, like 210 in, and it's worth like 310. So it's like a really good deal for me, but also an amazing deal for him too. And that's when you know everything's been done well. So when you have the techniques, people can easily make these kind of numbers when they're using the right techniques to find deals. And that really is. You're not doing what every guru, like all the people out there, that old outdated information that's saying, go do these old school things. You're just not going to get great deals anymore doing that. You really have to step it up and, take things like the MLS and master them, take things like wholesalers and really make it happen. Sabrina, thank you for everything you've shared. I'm sure this information, Flip Factor family, give her a big thanks. Thank you. I know also is. She dropped a lot of knowledge for you guys, a lot of awesome stuff. You've always been a big inspiration. We love working with you and spending time around you. And, obviously if anyone has deals in PG County, Maryland, look up Sabrina Franco on Facebook and send her a message. She'd like to buy it. Obviously you see she's got a great attitude. She pays fair numbers for it, and she's going to get the settlement. So it's nice to have someone like that in your repertoire if you're looking to build your buyers list. Sabrina, it's been a fantastic conversation. Awesome having you on the Flip Factor. I hope to have you back soon if you're willing.
Thank you. I am very blessed to have you in my life. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but thank you so much. And everything you're doing for the group of people that you're helping, you're amazing. It's an abundant world. There's plenty for everybody. You don't stop until you give it your all. So thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And real quick before we close up, obviously, if anyone on the call would like to learn how to flip 1 to 2 houses each month, just shoot me a message on Facebook. You can go to the Real Estate 10X Flip Factor group, or you can look up the Flip Factor podcast on Instagram. And again, thank you, Flip Factor family, for joining us. I'm Mike Green. My work is done here, and yours has just begun. Everybody have a great day. See you.
Thank you.